Hi everyone, it's Debbie with Book and Bujo. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you've been here before. It's time for November's TBRopoly. Let's play. First, let's see how I did in October, and that will let me know if I get a punishment or a reward. My first roll was an even card, and that was to read a book club book, and that one I also had a punishment, which was 2 books for 1 prompt. And for this one, the first book I chose was A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana, and this is part of the previously known as Bujo Buddies Book Club. It's now the Goobers Who Read Book Club. And I have started this. I am almost halfway through, and I will have this one finished way before the end of the month. So I should get this one finished in the next 2-3 days or so by the end of the weekend, and then I'll still have a few more days left in October to read something else. The other book I chose for this was A Time of Blood by Gwynne, which is the second book in the Of Blood and Bone series. I have not been able to get my hands on this book yet. My library doesn't have it, and Libby doesn't have it, and Hoopla doesn't have it through my library. So I have not been able to read this one yet, which means I had to change the book because you can't read what you don't have. So I switched it to 10 Incarnations of Rebellion by Vaishnavi Patel, and this was part of the Words and Influence book club with Kara's Bookshelf, and I believe this was the August book, and I read it in October. But I did finally finish it, so yay, that prompt is pretty much done. Next up was an odd book, and that was to read a book with a light cover, and for this one I read Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff, and I loved that book. Next was to read a series, and that was Rick Riordan, and the next book I'm up to is The Chalice of the Gods, and I am actually starting this one today, and I should easily have this one done by the end of the month. Next was a D20 roll, and I rolled a 5, and that was Night's Shadow by Sebastian de Castell, the second book in the Greatcoat series, and I did read that, and I liked that one a lot. And then I landed on Classic, and this one I actually chose a book club book, so I applied my punishment again, and so I chose 2 book club books that were both classics. The first one was And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and I did read that one. And the second one was The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson, and I read that one as well. I did enjoy both of those. My next roll was a 25 in 2025, and that was to read Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, and I did read that one, and that's the second book in the Alex Stern series, and I enjoyed that one as well. Next up, I landed on Special Edition, and I pulled Gunmetal Gods, and I'm probably gonna have to put this one back in because there's more books in the series, and this one was Conqueror's Blood, and this is the second book in the Gunmetal God series by Zamil Akhtar, and I did read my Kindle edition of that. I still haven't opened this one yet. I'm preserving it in the packaging for now, in the plastic. I also liked this one. It was good. I gave it a 4-star. I guess I probably should tell you what those were. So, Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. I'm still reading it, but right now I'm feeling like it's a good 4, solid 4, maybe a 4.5. 10 Incarnations was definitely a 4.5. Empire of the Damned was a 5. Chalice of the Gods, starting that today. Night's Shadow was a 4. And Then There Were None, and Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, both 4. Maybe 4.5, but 4. Hellbent, a 4. Lots of 4s. This one, 4.5. 4.5. It's a good continuation of the series so far. Next, I landed on TBR Jar, and I pulled Destiny, and that one is by Shannon Pemrick. And as soon as I'm finished with A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, I will start on this one. So I should easily have that one done by the end of the month. Next was another even card, and that was to read a sci-fi, and I read Obsidio by Jake Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. Loved it. So good. Next, I landed on series, and that was to read the next book in the Earthsea series, and that was The Farthest Shore by Ursula K. Le Guin. And that's the 3rd book in the series, right? Yeah, the 3rd book in the series, and I did read that, and it was good. 3.5. And then lastly, I landed on 25 in 2025 again, which was great because I need to get through some of these. And that was Return to Edan. And that is the 3rd and final book in the Edan trilogy by Philip Chase. And There is another, I think it's a companion series, so there's another book that he has released that I think is set in the same world, and I want to finish this one so then I can get started on that book because it sounds great. And this one, once I finish Chalice of the Gods, I will get started on this one. So I should have everything finished. So I have another week and a half left, so I should have all of those finished before the end of the month, which means I get a reward. I do have like 4 books left to go. I'm currently reading one of them, and the other one I should start today. So I'm going to say I'm going to complete my TBR, which means I need to choose a reward and not a punishment this time. Yay. And that is to remove 1 roll of your choice. Ooh, I like that one. For my reward, I pulled remove 1 roll of your choice, which is awesome. I love that one. And now let's see how many rolls I need to do. And then November is going to be a month of catch up. So whatever books were on my TBR that I didn't finish in the past, I will finish in November, or kind of catch up on some series, things like that. 25 and 2025 books, that kind of thing. So I am going to roll my D8. So the most I would get would be 8 rolls without doubles and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this one to see how many rolls I will be doing. I really like the little tray that I was using to roll with, but it's so loud. So here's my makeshift little dice roller for now. Of course, 8. That's right. I'll take it. All right, so I got an 8, which on a D8, that's, you know, the most you can get, but I'll take it. It's less than I've had, and I need a little bit more of a chill month for November. That'll be nice, so I can kind of refresh before the chaos of December comes. And let's go right into roll number 1. Ended on 25 and 2025 in October, so that's where I will start, and we will move this way, and let's go ahead and see what my first roll will be. A 3. 1, 2, 3. TBR jar. All right. A handy dandy little trash can jar. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay, this one. Never After. Oh, I just read that. That was the Hooked. I only have that first book. I don't know if I have access to the second book. Let's go ahead and look at what the other one was that I was holding. Prophecy of Fire. Let's go with that one, just because I don't think I have the next book of the Never After series. And I don't know if I want to continue with that series either. I mean, it was fine, but not really my thing. So Prophecy of Fire it is. Hi. Yes, as I was looking for my TBR jar pick of Prophecy of Fire, I cannot find anything. I have no idea what that book was supposed to be. I looked to see if maybe I had a PDF book from the author, or if it was maybe under a different name on my Kindle, but yeah, I couldn't find anything, and there weren't really a whole lot of Prophecy of Fire books, even when I did a search on Amazon and on Goodreads. So I'm going to draw again. So let's go ahead and do this one more time. Oh, I still have 2. Well, let's see what they both are. So we have the Stardust Thief. That would be a good one. And the Phone Booth. I think the Stardust Thief was already on there, though. Let me look. Yeah, so the Stardust Thief was already on my 25 and 2025, so I can take that one out. So we have the Phone Booth. No idea what that is. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I don't seem to have that one anymore either. So here we go again. I think it's time to clean out my jar and actually check and make sure I still have any of these. So what is this one? Wild Spirit. Okay, let's see what that is, because almost all of the ones in here are on my Kindle. Let's see if that one is in here. Of course. Okay, I found Wild Spirit, and it is a short story collection by Victoria Wren. Awesome. I mean, it's got a great cover though. I do like the cover. All right, Wild Spirit by Victoria Wren. Okay, roll number 1 was a TBR jar pick. And for that one, I pulled out Prophecy of Fire. And I started looking through all of my books, and apparently I don't have that one anymore because I could not find it anywhere. No idea. So I pulled again, and I got another book that I didn't have. So I finally pulled another one, and that was Wild Spirit. And that is by Victoria Wren, and it is a short story collection. I'm not sure if she has a series that's Wild Spirit, so I'm wondering if this is a short story collection that goes along with that series. I'm not sure, but I will find out in November when I read it. Okay, roll 2 of 8. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 25 and 2025. Great. The Harp of Emic Thistle. I have read that one. So let's draw again. Empire of Silence. Hey, I've read that one too. Awesome. Next one, The Stardust Thief. I have not read that one, and I do need to get to that one. I was able to remove 2 25 and 2025 books. I should look and see what else I have in here. Have I read any of the others? It doesn't look like it. Nope. Nope. I guess I just lucked out. Oh, nope, I read Wool. And I read A Quarter of Mist and Fury. So I was able to get 2 more out of there. And of course, I still have a couple of 24 in 2024 and 23 in 2023 books in here. I only have 2 of each of those left, so that's not too bad. Okay, roll number 2. I landed on 25 in 2025, and that is to read The Stardust Thief, which is great because this is what I've been wanting to read and just haven't gotten around to it. And that's by Chelsea Adala, and that's the first book in the Sand Sea trilogy. And I'm looking forward to it. All right, the dogs are barking outside. Hopefully it is not too distracting. Roll 3 of 8. 7 again. Same configuration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is an odd number, odd card. A big book, over 500 pages. That should be pretty easy. For roll number 3, I got an odd card, and that was to read a big book, over 500 pages. I'm finally going to get to the last book in the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series by Tad Williams, and that is To Green Angel Tower Part 2, or To Green Angel Tower Storm. Finally going to get to it, and it's over 800 pages, so that is definitely a big book. Roll 4 of 8. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Even number, even card. And that is to read a YA. I can do that. Roll number 4, I got an even card, and that was to read a YA book. And for that one, I plan on reading The Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead, and that is the 6th book in the Vampire Academy series. And I believe that's the last book in that series, and then there's a spin-off series that's Bloodlines that comes after that. All right, roll 5 of 8. Oh, first double. See, I got an even card, and now I got a double. I'm telling you, those even cards are cursed. All right, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Even number, even card. A spooky book. Oh, good. There's one from September I didn't get to that I want to read. Roll number 5. We got our first double. I'm okay with that. That works out just fine for me. And that was an even card, and that was to read a spooky book, which is great because there was one I was supposed to read actually in September, and I really wanted to read it in October, but I'm not going to have time to read that and finish my actual TBR. And that is Hummingbird by T.C. Parker. The cover intrigues me. I want to know what this is about, what this means, why this cover. All right, roll 6 of now 9. And that is a 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A classic. Oh, that's good because I need to read Finnegan's Wake this month. Roll 6 of now 9. I landed on classic, and for that one I plan on reading Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce, and this is the book for the Hardcore Literature Book Club. It's intimidating, I am assuming the majority of the book's going to go over my head, but I'm going to give it a try and see what I think. All right, roll 7 of 9. We're moving right along. A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an even card, or even number, even card. And that is to read a cozy book. Roll 7 of 9 was an even card, and that was to read a cozy book. And for this one, I am going to go with the next book in the Anne of Green Gables read-along, and that is Anne of Avonlea by Lucy Maud Montgomery. Now, if for some reason I don't get to Anne of Green Gables in October, then I will read that one instead, or try and read both of them in November so that I stay caught up with that read-along. But I plan on reading Anne of Avonlea. Okay, roll 8 of 9. That is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A book club book. Roll number 8, I landed on book club. And for this one, I plan on reading Alchemized by Sin-Lin Yu. And that is the book club book pick for Me, a Princess? Shut up. And for A World of Words by the Welsh reader. And both of those book clubs have the same book, so that works out really well, especially since it's 1,029 pages and I have 2 books that are over 800. But I like long books, so it'll be a nice cozy November sitting and reading long books. Love it. All right, and then lastly, roll 9 of 9, and that is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Odd number, odd card. A magical creature. Not sure what I have. Roll number 9 was an odd card, and that was to read a book with magical creatures. And for this, hopefully I can find it because I'll have another month to look. And I hope to read A Time of Blood by John Gwynne, the second book in the Of Blood and Bones series. Hopefully I will be able to find it. But then I remembered that I have a reward. And my reward was to remove 1 roll of your choice. So I am going to remove the last roll, so the magical creature prompt. So I will remove that one and make roll number 8 the end of my TBR for November, or my TBRopoly TBR anyway. And if for some reason I don't complete my October TBR by November 1st, then I will add that book back in and use that as my punishment. But you know, that's not all I'm reading. So let's go ahead and look at all the book clubs I'm participating in November. So we have the Goobers Who Read Book Club, and we are reading Tourist Season by Brynne Weaver, and that is the first book in the Seasons of Carnage series. So my library does have this one, but there's quite a wait for them, so I may or may not get this one in time, but I will kind of keep it on the list and read it whenever it comes in. For the Thomas Howell Book Club, we are reading The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle, and I am looking forward to reading this one. And of course we have the Ketchup Book Club, and that one is A Time of Blood by John Gwynne, the second book in the Of Blood and Bone series. For Game of Tomes, we are reading Babel by R.F. Kuang, and that's for October, November, and December, and I've already read that one, so I don't need to add that. For the Hardcore Literature Book Club with Benjamin McEvoy, we are reading Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce. For A World of Words, we are reading Alchemized. And for Me, a Princess? Shut up! Also reading Alchemized by Sin-Lin Yu. And for Words and Influence, I'm not sure. So for September and October, we read The Will of the Many by James Islington, and I had already read that one. I'm not sure what the November book is going to be yet. And then for the Wellread Book Club, ditto on that one. And now for Readalongs. Vampire Academy read-along with Got a Thing for Things. We are up to Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead, the 6th and final book in the Vampire Academy series. And then for the Anne of Green Gables read-along, we are up to Anne of Avonlea, the 2nd book in the Anne of Green Gables series by Lucy Maud Montgomery. And now for the year-long Readathons. Buzzwordathon. The title prompt is never in the title, which means, of course, I had to find one because didn't have one on my TBR. I did a quick little search on my Kindle to see if I could find anything that had never in the title. I found a couple that had never in the series name, but I did find one that had never in the actual title. And that is A Land of Never and Night by Lily Archer. And I like the cover. Hopefully the book is as good as the cover. The cover prompt, you need to have food or drink on the cover, and none of the books I have any kind of food or drink. It's kind of a bummer. Lots of florals, but no food and drink. But I did find The House Witch, book number 2 by Dellenhawk, and that one does have a whole little turkey dinner laid out on the table, which is perfect for November here in the US for Thanksgiving. Next is TBR Knockout by Completely Melanie, and the first prompt is a book that makes you feel good. Now there's 2 I could use for this. If I get it from my library in time, then I want to read The Little Ghost Who Has a Quilt, because I actually read the second book in the series. I didn't realize it was a series, and that brought me so much joy. It was just so cute and sweet, and I loved it. So if I can get that one in time, then I will read that. If not, Anne of Avonlea by Lucy Maud Montgomery. The second prompt is an easy or relaxing book, and if I can get the Little Ghost Who Has a Quilt, then I will read Anne of Avonlea for this one. But if I need to read this one for the first prompt, then the second prompt, you may think this is a weird choice. But high epic fantasy is very relaxing to me, so To Green Angel Tower is actually the book I chose for this one. Because it is easy and relaxing, even though parts of the book there's going to be there's war happening, so there's going to be battles and all of that. But I still think diving into characters that I know really well, because this is the third book, then this is going to be an easy and relaxing read for me. And then for A Year of Goober, the year-long readathon with Jess from Jashii Corrin, the first prompt is chrysanthemums, which means friendship. You need to have a book with found family or friendship in it, and Anne of Avonlea by Lucy Maud Montgomery. Definitely. And then the second prompt is peonies or prosperity. So a book connected to wealth. And for this one, I'm going to assume, because the rest of them have some pretty wealthy characters in it, and that is Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead, the 6th and final book in the Vampire Academy series. And then lastly, we have Year in Aldea. We'll start with Ariel. Now she went from 10B to 11B, and that is to read a book with less than 3,000 ratings. And for this one, I plan on reading Hummingbird by T.C. Parker. When I looked today, it had 184 ratings. Not reviews, but ratings on Goodreads. Perfect. Now for Karasu. He was at 10C and is going to move to 11C, and that was to visit the Mage Tower. And for this one, he plans on reading The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. Now we move to Luminara, and she was on 10A and is going to 11A, and that is to meditate at the Wolf Elk statue, read a non-fiction. And for this one, she plans on reading Toe Blake by Paul Logothetis, and this one is going to work for my Make a Quote prompt for HRCYED. Lastly, we have Castian, and he went from 10D to 11D, and that is to join an expedition, read an adventure. And for this one, I also realized you couldn't tell what it was by my little slipcover here. And that is To Green Angel Tower Part 2 by Tad Williams, the third book in the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series. And this one definitely has adventuring in it. And then as of right now, I am not participating in any readathons in November. That may change, we'll see. I don't think I will. If I do, it's going to be loosely and not any competitive ones, because I just need a chill month for November. If that changes, I will definitely let you know. I would love to find out if you are participating in any readathons, and if so, what they are, because readathons are always so much fun. So I love them. And if you have read any of the books that I have on my TBR for November, I would love to know what you thought about them. Did you like them? Did you not? It's always kind of fun to see everybody's differing opinions on different books. And thank you so much for joining me today for my short and sweet little November TBR. And if you made it this far in the video, leave some type of drink emoji in the comments to let me know that you're here for cozy November times of cuddling with a warm blanket and drinking a nice warm beverage. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you wanna, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other bookish content. And until next time, keep reading. Bye!